a lot of the Arcane fans, it's just a bunch of queer fan fiction now. That is what, and they expect this to be
queer fan
in all
fiction.
of League of Legends lore. It's dumb. I'm sick of it. I can go on a huge rant about this, and I'm gonna.
How is queer? Okay, if queer fan fiction ruins your enjoyment of a game, like you just don't like the game. I think like there's no way that I fail to, like, you just say you don't like the fan fiction. This piece of fan fiction is not my style. I don't like it. Whatever. It doesn't matter. But if that ruins your enjoyment of the game, do you really even like the game, or do you like? I don't understand. Arcane is a fantastic show. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you go see it. And I can't guarantee that throughout the course of this video, there will not be spoilers. So this is your spoiler warning. I will try to avoid it as much as possible while I'm watching this, while I'm reacting, but I can't guarantee that Melonie Mac won't spoil anything, so you have been warned. But Melonie Mac is the subject of today's video. We're going to cover her take on Arcane, specifically Arcane fans, it seems. The thumbnail, if I could pull it up for just a second here, they want everything gay, it says. So that should give you a little flavor of what we're in for here. I think it's fine to want gay things in your media. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, we have straight things all the time. You have princess stories with, you know, women kissing men all the time, especially like even in kids media. Like, it's just prevalent throughout. So I just don't have a problem with gay things being in it. It's not a big deal. Now, that being said, fan bases can be very annoying. They can be toxic. They can be obsessed. You know, they can just be generally miserable people to be around. But it's not because they want gay things in the media. It's just because they're being annoying. So let's take a look at what Melonie Mac has to say, and we'll go into this with an open mind, but I'm not hopeful that she's going to have any good takes.
Some people might not want to hear this, but I'm just going to say it as a longtime League of Legends player. Arcane
that explains
has
a lot.
Spoiled, ruined, contaminated, poisoned the League of Legends community, and for multiple reasons. First of all, a lot of the Arcane fans, it's just a bunch of queer fan fiction now. That is what, and they expect this to be in all of League of Legends lore. It's dumb. I'm sick of it. I can go on a huge rant about this, and I'm gonna.
How is queer? Okay, if queer fan fiction ruins your enjoyment of a game, like you just don't like the game. I think like there's no way that I fail to, like, you just say you don't like the fan fiction. This piece of fan fiction is not my style. I don't like it. Whatever. It doesn't matter. But if that ruins your enjoyment of the game, do you really even like the game, or do you like? I don't understand.
Do that. So,
and yeah, like it's not like the League of Legends, like League of Legends, right? Known for its very clean and kind community, right? Famously, everybody says that about the League of Legends. I can't think of the word, the population that plays it.
So let's go ahead and talk about, so first of all, before I'm,
it's not like they're ruining
so themselves. Much to say. First of all, now there's a lot of people who still liked
so
Arcane.
To say, Melonie.
And I'm not going to say that, especially the first season of Arcane was terrible. I mean, I think the first 3 episodes were really good.
Wait, hold up. Let me go back here.
Still liked Arcane. And I'm not going to say that, especially the first season of Arcane was terrible.
I'm not going to say it was terrible. What the f are you talking about? The first season of Arcane was masterful. It was insanely good. The story, the setting, the characters, everything lined up like damn near perfectly. Like, I have very little critiques of the first season of Arcane. It is just mwah, chef's kiss, just beautiful. The f you mean it wasn't terrible? Well, yeah, I mean, you know, I have this pile of gold here, which is worth something, I guess. It's like, what are you talking about? It's a pile of gold. Stupid.
I mean, I think the first 3 episodes were really good. But when it comes to, I thought,
you're entitled to your opinion, but you're also wrong.
And season 2, don't even get me started on that gay crap, which I will.
Not that gay crap.
I will dive into that. But for the premise of this video,
season 2 has its issues, and it's certainly not the banger that season 1 was, but it has some of the most memorable moments, and the downfalls have nothing to do with the quote unquote gay crap, which was also a little bit present in season 1, mind you.
Video, and what inspired this video was this Welcome to Noxus League of Legends cinematic. A lot of y'all know I have a big
love these
history with League of
cinematics.
Legends. I've been playing since 2011. Thousands.
By the way, League of Legends the game and League of Legends the cinematic universe are so incredibly different. Like, they're worlds apart. The League of Legends cinematic universe is incredibly peak. If you haven't watched, like, if you like Arcane, or you just like media, and like if you want good media, League of Legends shorts are so good. Highly recommend, and they'll enrich your experience of Arcane as well.
Of hours. Once the game started getting really gay, I quit playing it. So
what?
They gave
then you didn't like it.
My main character, Udyr, man boobs. They made him fat and gave him man boobs in the rework, and I was done.
What?
So that's I was over at that point. And I have no desire to go back to it right now because the community.
Did they? Hold on, now I gotta look this up. I used to be a League of Legends player myself. Thank God I've recovered from that, but I'm curious now. Oh yeah, they did make him a little chunky. Yeah, they made him a little chunky. So the left splash art is from before, and then the right is the rework. They made him a little chunky. Yeah, so what? I think it's fine. Who cares? Like, shit like this is just so silly to get mad about. Like, who gives a shit? Okay. Like, how does he play? Is the gameplay improved? Here, I have a perfect and relevant clip to pull up here. Yes, this is the one. I'll just give you a little bit. I'll just give you a little taste.
Evelyn is
So Nico was introduced years ago, and she's a chameleon character, and she is gay. She is canonically a lesbian. And this was like a video response to everybody's reaction to her.
extreme.
Nico curious.
Nico revealed to be League of Legends' first openly LGBTQ character.
Why have you did this?
Game's gone completely to shit.
They just messed up this game.
Why does she have to be lesbian? I thought she was American.
Rule 34 likes this.
It's gonna be so good.
True. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, you get the idea. So it goes through like... In China, that's great. In China, I bet her VO will be like, no, I like men and I like having a family. That's great. Anyway, the reason I brought this video up is specifically for the end bit.
Don't let all the hentai distract you from the fact. Nico's AoE ultimate does a flat 250 damage at rank 1 and has a fucking 130% AP ratio. It's okay that she wants to smash Nidalee. Everyone wants to smash Nidalee. 130% AP ratio is not okay. What the fuck?
That's it. That's all you have to see. Okay? She wasn't bad because she was gay. She was bad because she was broken. That's the problem. Like, if you seriously have a problem playing League of Legends after a gay character is introduced, then you just don't, you simply didn't like the game. You should have stopped playing it a long time ago, probably.
Community is so gay. It's just so much gay crap has infiltrated League of Legends that I'm over it. But let's talk about this cinematic, because this cinematic is actually really good. Now, I'd encourage you to just go ahead and watch it if you want. I would just react to the whole thing, but I don't know how they're going to be with their copyright stuff and all that.
Well, I haven't seen that.
Anyway, you do have, it's like a music video type thing. You've got Mel from Arcane, this girl here. And so she's in this cinematic. They drop in Mel as playable in the game. Her parts are kind of boring, but if you actually play League of Legends and you know this and you know the characters, this is a really cool cinematic. So you have Katarina, you got LeBlanc. Here you have Darius. This part was the coolest. So you've got Darius here fighting Trundle. Now I played a lot of Darius and Trundle. The thing is, this Trundle, you can play top lane, jungle. I've done that. Darius, top laner. I'm a jungler, but when I do top lane, Darius is one of the mains. So this scene with Darius and Trundle was epic. Okay.
Okay, but like, I don't know. I can understand why these two fighting would be good for the gamers, because they are both top laners usually. But like, I I personally, this is just a minor critique. I'm just personally concerned with like how good is it, you know? Like I don't care about the game references.
So you
That's
got
just me.
that. You've got Katarina here. This is a really cool scene with Katarina and Elise, which I've played a decent amount of Elise in the jungle as well. Elise, she is that spider. So there's Katarina. Okay, now this is where things get. This is where the Arcane
swallows a
weirdos
lot.
come in, and they're going to try to make this really gay. Here you have Elise.
They're gonna
Just
try to make it really
look
gay.
how cool this looks. I have to say, now this does have more of the Arcane art style versus what we've typically seen in League of Legends art and cinematics. It's definitely a different style because League of Legends at first kind of had this almost kind of mobile game art style. You know what I mean? Like, here's a mobile game made from China. This is the art style from it. That's kind of what it looked like, which was still, I mean, it was good.
It was serviceable.
I mean, for what it was. And like the characters, you
And then they hired gay people, and then the art style improved. Isn't that crazy?
know, they were very
That's crazy.
idealized and they looked good. But one thing I do like that this art style is doing is that it really is adding a lot of character. Some people don't like it. Some people just want that same older
Did she say
art style, and I
queerdos?
get
That's
it.
great.
But what I think is that you still have the really cool looking characters here. And I do think Arcane did mess, I do think that they really butchered Vi's look. And I'll show a comparison tweet here in a
I don't
minute to
think
show
so.
about that. But look at this.
thought
You've
Vi
got
looked great.
Katarina here. This scene was awesome. And Katarina is really awesome in this. So this is super cool. I'd encourage you to give it a watch. It is a really good cinematic.
Is that Medarda?
But here is
Mel
what the
Medarda?
queerdos are doing. They are automatically off the bat. They don't know who she is. They're just Arcane fans and they don't know anything about League
Who is she, and is she a girl kisser? She's so mad that somebody was like, is she lesbian? Like, I don't know. It's fine to ask that. Who cares?
of Legends and League lore, and they're like, who is this girl, and is she a girl kisser? That's their first thought, is she a lesbian? Because all of this gay crap that has just been infested.
Or maybe she's a girl herself. Maybe this person is a girl and wants to know, you know? Like, I don't know. Like, if you want to, like, legitimize your fantasies with this girl, it helps if she's gay. Like, and you happen to be a girl also, you know? Like, yeah. It's fuel. It's sex fuel. Sorry. Like, we're a sex-driven society. Who cares? It's fine.
And poisoning everything. And so people are like, oh, wait till they know who she's with.
She's
that
so
he's
mad
with
over
the
nothing.
whitest of dudes in the actual game lore, Garen. So yeah, the queerdos are mad about this. They're like, ugh. They don't like Garen's look. And it's really weird because
I mean, it's fine. It's not unique. Like, I can understand why people think that Garen is very bland. Now, depending on how they flesh him out in the future, this could be a good look for him. Maybe he's a very bland, like, good, like, just stock good character, and that's his whole thing. You know, like, that could be great for him. It could be very purposefully simple, but it is simple, and it's fine to not. It's basic. Yeah, it's very basic. It's fine to not like it. It's serviceable enough, but it's not, like, you know, very colorful. It's not Vi. Vi's got an iconic look. Same with Jinx. Both of them just have very iconic looks, and this is just very standard stock, like, medieval looking magical warrior type vibe, which is fine. But it's like, if you were to show anybody this picture and ask them what character it is, even league players might not know it's Garen.
they keep wanting all these like queer looking characters, and they're all about they gotta be, but to have a character like Garen who is a total dude and who looks like a total,
I'd be playing Mordekaiser if I had to play top laner. Mordekaiser was really fun, especially after his rework. I think his rework made him both easier and harder in the best way possible. They just made him a lot more strategic, which is great.
dude, like a white dude. I don't know. I guess they don't think he's twinkified enough. And so, yeah, this crushed their dreams. They see what they saw. They saw Katarina and they thought about Vi. Because red hair, I guess.
She looks a little like
And
Vi. I can see it.
Then they saw Elise and they thought about Caitlyn.
Hi, baby.
And that
Baby has joined us. We must say hi. Hello. Hello. Hi. You here to interrupt the flow of events? You know? You here to flash the entire audience? No, it's fine. I'm patient. You just take your time. As she's aged, she's gotten a lot more affectionate, which is nice. She used to just be always constantly play, and she still wants to play a lot, but she's also like very cuddly now. She also really likes putting her head underneath of the bath faucet and letting the cold water run down her face and down her paw and then licking it. It's really funny and cute.
That looks like Caitlyn.
Little baby car.
It's not Caitlyn. This is Elise. This is a whole different character. But anyway, so even with Vi and Caitlyn, right? Even with that was one reason why I was just kind of, I found Arcane off-putting, is Vi wasn't made,
it was
originally
very natural.
created as this lesbian butch character. When Vi first came out, I've been playing League since before Vi came out, right?
I mean, even if she wasn't, like, okay, let's be real. She was initially introduced as a character in a video game that like doesn't have much substance. Okay, the game itself does not have substance, especially back when she was introduced, like I don't even know, like 12 years ago or some shit. Like they had no real story, they had no real character development or anything. She was just like an enforcer. She was the fist of what is it, the fist of Piltover, and that was it. Like she was a cop, sure, but that's as deep as it went. And then Arcane fleshed her out a lot more. She had no sexuality at all. It's just assumed. Here's the problem: you assume that everybody is straight by default, okay? And usually you'll be correct because most people are straight, which is changing over time. You know, more and more people are coming out as gay or bi or whatever, which is great. But like that assumption is the problem here. Like you assume that characters are straight, and then when it comes out that they're actually gay, you're like, oh my God, they retconned her. They made her a girl kisser. Oh, I can't play the game anymore. Oh my God. Oh Lord. Oh, what do you do? Like, it doesn't matter. It literally it should not impact your gameplay at all. Like, it should not impact your experience of League of Legends at all. Or the show, for that matter. Like, okay, put it this way. If you were to take out Caitlyn, right, and replace her with a man, and nothing else changes about the story, does that suddenly make it better? I think no. I think you could have had Caitlyn be a guy and the story would be just as fun and interesting and deep and dynamic, you know? The only difference is you're swapping out the gender. If swapping out the gender of a character suddenly improves it for you, unless gender is like relevant in the story, which is not super relevant in League of Legends or in Arcane, let's be honest. If swapping out the gender is what makes or breaks the story for you, then you don't understand the story. You have like no media literacy, you have no appreciation of the art. You don't appreciate Arcane for what it is. You don't.
And then Jinx came after.
Or League of Legends for that matter.
I've been playing, since before that.
Look at the text above. Melonie Mac. Arcane did what most woke writers do to existing female characters. Masculinize, torture, maim them, and call it character development. According to actual League lore, this should have been a fun cops and robber story, but instead we got gay. But, and I assume that the tweet goes on, but I can fill in the gaps. But like, who gives a shit? Like, again, when she was introduced to League of Legends, they weren't concerned about her character. She had an over-the-top, physically imposing design. Sexy. It's much sexier than what they show in the show, because it's meant to appeal to a broadly male, cishet demographic of gamers. And that's fine, there's nothing wrong with that. But when you introduce the character into a more fleshed out story, they're going to change a little bit. Like what, you just want a fun cops and robber story? Like that's so boring. That's like stupid. What are you talking about? Your gripe with the show, the masterpiece that is Arcane, is that it's not a fun cops and robber story? Off.
Here is the actual
Stupid.
lore. I made this tweet to talk about it. I said Arcane did what most woke writers do to existing female characters.
Here we go.
Masculinize, torture, maim them, and call it character development. According
Gay
to
torture
actual
porn.
League lore, this should have been a fun cops and robbers story, but instead we got gay torture corn.
Gay torture porn? What are you talking about?
It's all a humiliation to characters we love by a bunch of pervs who are jealous of the original characters. So when you watch Arcane, you're not going to actually understand the lore. It's very jarring for people who
You don't understand
know
the lore.
anything about League.
They explain it in depth. Like there's so much explanation for the lore. You are set in Piltover, and they call it the City of Progress, the City of Progress. And then the entire time they show again and again that this city's not actually about progress. Victor says it in one of the last lines. Spoiler alert. Victor says it in one of the last lines of the show. In the pursuit of great, we failed to do good. And that's like, I mean, period, end of story, underline that sentence. That says everything that you need to know about Piltover as a city. Like, it's all there, and you just have no media literacy. You see a gay girl and you go, oh, well, I can't watch this now. Like, it's stupid. You're a baby. You are a baby.
League of Legends, and they don't know anything about these characters, and they are to play or watch Arcane and then hop into League of Legends, and it's like, whoa, wait a minute, Vi's a cop? Vi is this like, because it is a cops and robber type story, and you have Jinx, who was a very Harley Quinn type, just fun, cute, but psychotic, absolute sociopath, right? And instead they made her cut all her hair off, and then they made her this just like bipolar, like BPD, Tumblr kind of sad girl, right? And that was.
But, okay, so what you're complaining about is that the characters aren't flat enough for you. Once again, this is a baby complaint. You're complaining that characters are too, and flat characters can be great. I was talking earlier in the stream about Puss in Boots 2, which has a mixture of both flat and dynamic characters. One of the greatest flat villains in all of fiction is Big Jack Horner. Fantastic villain, flat as all hell, just evil for the sake of it, pure, unadulterated evil. And there's a little bit of character analysis that you can do with it, but you get what you get with him, you know, and that's fine. But that's not what Arcane is, and that's not what the characters in Arcane are about, and that's fine too. There's a depth to Jinx that a lot of people vibe with and appreciate. You know, she grows up, and she is fun as an adult. She's still got that fun streak, but she's also tragic, you know, like. Bad luck follows her everywhere she goes. Again, another spoiler, season 1 spoiler, I guess. In the pursuit of trying to save her family, she accidentally kills them. You know, like it's tragic. And watching her psychologically develop and go through that is a great experience. It's incredible. I could go on and on about Arcane. The point is, Melonie Mac has no media literacy. She can't understand good art, and she just saw gay people and got very upset.
Was not Jinx's character at all. Jinx is supposed to be a sociopath. She is just this really cute, tiny
maybe in League of Legends, but Arcane is different.
Chaos, right? And this
Arcane is its own standalone property
here, and the whole dynamic between Jinx and Vi is Jinx.
If you want to get really deep with it, League of Legends overrode their entire lore from when they first started. When League of Legends first came out, they really tried hard to integrate the lore of why they were all champions who were summoned into the story. So like, let's just take Vi for instance. Like, you know, like if you were to summon Vi into League of Legends, like if they tried to integrate what their original vision for the game was, like story-wise, Vi in Arcane could be summoned at any moment to the Rift. Which is stupid. That would be really, really stupid. And they retconned all of it. They're like, fuck all of that. It's really stupid. We can't keep trying to make this mishmash of characters all work together in one coherent story. It just doesn't work. And so they scrapped all of it. They're like, fuck this summoner story bullshit. Let's just give them all their individual stories, which worked great. It worked wonders. So if you really want to get upset about them retconning the story, why not get mad about that? Why not go all the way back and get mad about the fact that they just ripped the entire story from the inside out and just made it all from the ground up? You're not mad about that because the only problem you have is that they're gay. That's the only problem you have, is that they're gay and complex.
It's the sister that's wreaking havoc, and Vi is a part of the Piltover police squad. And so it's like you got this cops and robber thing. Same with Caitlyn. She is a part of the Piltover police squad in the lore in the game. Vi wasn't a lesbian. It was not canon.
She wasn't anything.
Vi
they didn't say anything about her sexuality in the game.
Back then, those troon shippers, the trooners, as coined on my stream, trooners, it's a troon gooner. They did try to.
When did trans people come into this?
Vi and Jinx. They're sisters. It was so disgusting. The fan arts of Vi and Jinx.
Well, wait, when the game, okay, to be fair, when Vi and Jinx first dropped, nobody knew what their relationship was, okay? Like, you could take guesses, but there was no clear indication that they were sisters. So, of course, people were shipping them. And once there is an, I mean, and even like, you know, incest is a kink. I don't really care if you have it. It just don't actually practice it. But like, you know, it's just not that big of a deal to me, honestly.
It's kissing. When they first came out, I'm just like, are you serious? So anyway, that was a thing because so the perv shippers and all that. So that's why I consider Arcane it's just a
Yeah, we're just allowed to use the T slur on YouTube, by the way. That's cool.
Tumblr fan fiction. It's not does not actually align with League of Legends lore. Vi being changed with her design to this like a lot more masculinized. This isn't the most egregious thing in the whole world in terms of character designs, but come on, it's still not the same. And it's a
more
total
realistic.
different energy.
Imagine watching Arcane and she's dressed in this shit. Like, where did she get this? Why is she wearing it? It has nothing to do with her character. It's just there for, like, it's clearly just for the audience. And that's what sucks about it, you know? Like, it's fine. It's a great outfit. I'm not dissing the people who made it, but it doesn't communicate anything. You get so much more out of this right picture than you do out of the left. This just looks like a poster, a sexy poster. You just want a sexy body pillow if this is the one you like. In this one, you can even see, like, how she's drawn. You know, there's like sadness in her eyes. There's like a confusion, maybe. You can interpret it. Her clothing is a lot more plain, you know? It's not emphasizing the breasts. It's not, it's just a police officer uniform. And that's, I mean, I'm sure you could delve into it more and get into specifics, but I'm not going to do that right now. Like, it's good for what it is. In both of these, it's good for what it is in both of them. But on the right, it's just a lot more deep and complex, and that's the part she's mad about, once again.
Vi was this punk, like, kick butt police girl.
She's still punking kick butt in Arcane.
And beautiful, just like, but just edgy. Just, you know, that punk girl. She didn't have the whole...
Yeah, good point,
like,
Moody. Very straight and hetero to want a sexier version of Vi. I don't think that Melonie Mac is like gay or bi or whatever. She might be secretly, but I don't care really. I don't give a shit. She just says that she wants sexier girl characters because she knows that she's grifting. Her entire audience is full of a bunch of gooners who all they do is jerk off to the video games that they play because they have hot, sexy women or whatever, or fantasize about like being Kratos and all of his muscular, masculine glory, which is another thing that people who complain about wokeness in video games complained about, is Kratos having character development and being a deeper character and being understandable and relatable, you know? Like, they just are allergic to that. I don't feel like they're, like, on the same mental level as the rest of us normal people.
Butch thing going on. Like, she had a more like muscular physique, and so she definitely was like that tough punk girl, but it was not originally created as some gay thing. And so the shippers came in, the Troon Gooners.
The story
came in,
isn't even
and
about
they wanted to do
being
they
gay.
wanted this to happen.
It just happens to be
League
there.
started to appease a lot of these gay people. Like, they just did. They have done that with all this gay, oh, this character's gay for this character now, and this character is, but that is not original League lore. Let's make that clear. So here,
also, people have been shipping Caitlyn and Vi from the moment Vi was released. Caitlyn came first, and then Vi came later, and both of them are called Piltover Enforcers. Of course, they're going to be shipped. They're from the same city. They have the same job, and they're both hot as shit, okay? So yeah, people are gonna ship them. They always have done that.
This was funny. The past 2 days, they wanted Katarina to be gay, but no, because she's with like Chad here, then they're just seething. So this was funny.
Wait, Katarina and Garen are together? I don't know about that. Is that a thing?
The Arcane Twitter for the past 2 days. You have Katarina.
You'd have to sell me on that
This is like
one.
her closer to her original design because it is a bit different in this.
I don't understand the chemistry.
this
Well, you know what?
art
Actually,
style.
I take it back. I can see it. I can see it. I can see like the good boy. Okay, I can see this actually. Now that I think about it, the very plain good boy hero doing the Lord's work, whatever the fuck, etc. He looks like a church boy, and then you've got like the badass assassin killer from. It'd almost be like a Romeo Juliet kind of thing where you have like you got what is it? Not Piltover. I can't remember the city where Garen's from. Damascus and Noxus is where Katarina's from. You know, like the kind of like a forbidden romantic relationship between them, and like their personalities would bounce off of each other very. I could see the chemistry there. I take it
Closer
back.
to her original design because it is a bit different in this art style.
The Garen Katarina thing has been going on forever. Really? I didn't know that.
But again, I actually think the art style is good. I'm not against what they've done with this art style. It looks good. She looks great. All the characters I thought in that cinematic looked great. Now I can see a little bit of debate with LeBlanc, which I'll show you in a minute. So anyway, their relationship, I could say, and then you have this troon shipper, trooner. I don't. So yeah, that definitely. Now, League of Legends did have some really cool and good, and that made sense, relationships between some straight characters. You have like Garen and Katarina.
I just want to point this out. This is like this is loosely tangentially related to the video. I've been and I want people who watch my videos exclusively to know this too. So that's why I'm doing it now. The reason that I haven't been uploading and releasing content lately or streaming is because I've been having like self-doubts about like my content and how I come across and whether or not I'm saying the right things or behaving the right way. You know, I have a lot of self-confidence issues in that regard. But then I come back to stream after an extended break, and the first thing I react to is Melonie Mac. And I'm like, if I had even a shred of the confidence that she does going up in front of an audience of like thousands upon thousands of people and saying just utter and complete bullshit, I could rule YouTube. I could be like the most popular political streamer on the planet. Like if I just had an ounce of that, you know what I mean? It's so I don't understand how you can be this stupid and go up in front of an audience of people and just spew this bullshit. It's insane to me. Like you have to actually be mentally unwell to do that.
You had Tryndamere and Ashe, which I don't have an example pulled up right now. But anyway, so...
Ooh, Tryndamere was my main for a while.
Yeah.
He's fun.
And here you have... Okay, so here, talk about the art style, because I know some people didn't like this. Now, some people didn't like LeBlanc's change, because here you have it like, okay, if you want... Hold on, let me pull up an original LeBlanc, because I'm going to say it is different. It is different. They definitely
toned her down. They toned her down for sure.
Her... She's not as like, hold on, let me find a picture. I'm trying to find one. She's not, I guess like they just gave her a little, I don't want to say they made her ugly, but they did make her.
Lucian X Senna is the only straight ship I will violently defend. If you're talking about in terms of strictly League of Legends, I get it. Because like they are canonically together, so that's whatever. In One Piece, Katie's straight ship is Robin and Frankie. And I agree. Robin and Frankie have fantastic chemistry, and I do ship those two. And then the other straight ship that she really likes is from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. What are they? Colonel Mustang and Riza Hawkeye. Those two have fantastic chemistry as well. I'm talking specifically in League. Got it.
Try to make her look a little less Barbie, I guess you could say. So here you have LeBlanc, like a bunch of different images of LeBlanc. I think
she's very whimsical in her.
Really pretty in the original, like in the older.
Her original artwork is very whimsically evil. And then it looks like they toned her down, which could work. I haven't seen the short, so I wouldn't know, but it could work.
Stuff, right? Now, even this splash of LeBlanc was, I've played with them and they had an older version of LeBlanc. So this game's been updated for a long time.
I do not play Fire Emblem.
Yeah. I want to say this splash art didn't even happen until like 2015 or something. But anyway, so you do have that. So I can see what
you swallow so much.
I mean, she's technically not as pretty, but I think it's interesting. Like, I do think it gives her, they gave her like this dark,
she looks disconnected,
eerie
is what it is.
design, and she's still pretty, but it's just something about like the eyebrows.
It's
or
unsettling.
It's very mystifying. So I don't know. From at least I can see why people don't like this design
I can see
as
why
much,
too.
especially when
I
you
agree
see a
with her
character
on all
change.
this.
But the entire art style is different. So I'm just gonna say I actually really high key like what they did with this cinematic. And this is from somebody who quit playing League of Legends because I'm so sick of all the gay crap. I'm sick of...
Imagine. Look, I am the first person who will tell you that if you play League of Legends to get off of that toxic bullshit. Imagine stopping League of Legends because of the gays. Like, the gays are what ruined your interest in the game. Okay, that's such baby shit. That's so stupid. Like, okay. One other thing I want to point out is during my break, I have been very... I don't want to say offline because I've been watching a lot of video essays, but I've been very disconnected from politics. I haven't been on Twitter in forever. I haven't been on Blue Sky in forever. I just haven't been in the space that I'm usually in. And coming back to it, I'm realizing that like Melonie Mac has lost the plot. Like if she believes everything she's saying, which she might not, you know, like these people are legitimately just insane. A normal person, like even like your average gamer dude who's just like sitting there like, you know, like he's obsessed with League of Legends, it's all he does, whatever. He might even be like a little homophobic, you know, it's whatever. He might not like that there's gay stuff in League of Legends, but he's not gonna quit the game over it. This is like next level pettiness. Like what the man?
All the gay community. And I am sick and tired of like some of the reworks. Because when they reworked Udyr, who was a wilderness man who was living off of the land, and they made him fat. Like, come on, that makes no sense.
What?
If you wanted to, like,
no, they made him
why
fat.
would you make him fat? How could he be fat? Like, literally.
They made Thor fat in God of War Ragnarok. They made Thor fat, and I think that was a great choice. I am actually kind of tired of the muscle guy aesthetic. You know what I mean? Like always seeing it. People want the chubby boys. They wouldn't put them in if people didn't want them. There's clearly a demand for like a guy who's not explicitly just fat. He's got some muscle under there too, but like, you know, he looks like he eats well. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. Who cares?
Gave him man titties.
How does he play? What's his gameplay like? Is he broken?
How would he even be fat living off the land like that? Now, if you look
if
at
he's
like
broken,
his
that's a
older
problem.
now, even that splash art is newer from when I played. This splash art is newer. This one was fine. Yeah, he was like burly, but he didn't have this. This is the rework where they gave him.
He looks like Maui from Moana. It's Maui, right? He looks like Maui from Moana. And I don't remember anybody complaining about Maui being fat. He's not even fat. He's just like built. He's got a like dad bought on steroids.
Like, okay, well, this, I wish that I actually had a character. I could rant about
Some people
this
are into that
for a while if I actually had a bunch more stuff pulled up. But yeah, this dude this was my jungle main for a while. He's like, also, he's the fastest character in the game, right? It's like the quickest, like super quick attack speed in time.
You guys want to see who's theorized to be the fastest character in all of One Piece? This guy. We're not sure yet, but he's theorized to be the fastest character in the entire show, which is hilarious to me. Like, you don't expect somebody this big to be fast, but there's so much you can do with that concept, you know? You can defy expectations. It can be used for irony. Like, it's great. It's a great plot device, in my opinion. Or just character design-wise. Like, oh, he's big, but boy, you better watch out because he sure is fast. Like, you can appreciate it. There's such a lack of whimsy with these people, you know? Where's I at?
Tiger stance. And so then you have him fat now? How does that make sense? And when he's in bear stance, like he can run. So why would you have a character which I think they changed his kit and stuff too. And I don't even know what all they did to his kit because all I saw was the man titties and I was like, I'm out. I'm done. Like, Udyr doesn't have
Dubsy,
to
cut that
look
part out.
hot or like a model, but don't make him look like, and he never did. But why are you making him look, why are you giving him titties? Okay, anyway.
People love man titties.
There's my opinions. A lot of people, when I criticize Arcane,
Oh, I didn't tell you guys. I made out with a guy over New Year's. It's the first guy I've ever kissed. I knew him. We knew each other already. But like, he really wanted to make out with me because I got man titties. So, you know, I was like, sure, why not?
A lot of people disagree with me because a lot of people,
He thinks I'm
especially
sexy. He
people who
thinks my
haven't
man
played League
titties
of
are
Legends,
sexy.
and they like Arcane because they found the show entertaining. It's like, okay, I get it, but Arcane is a gay fanfic. It's just what it is. That is what it is. You might like it, and you might like the gay fanfic, but it's not actually lore accurate. It's not.
It's okay, but it's good media. You can't even say that it's bad media. Okay, you can call it a gay fanfic all you want, but it's good media. I would love to have a conversation with her. And this is coming from somebody who like really, I don't really want to do debates anymore very much, honestly. At least at this point. I might change my mind. But like, I don't want to talk to these people, but I would legitimately want to get into a discussion with her about Arcane specifically and why she thinks like she hasn't said it's bad. Note that she has not said it's bad. So like, she's doing a lot of bitching, but like, does she actually think the show is bad? I want to pick her brain about that.
Not in the same energy and vibe of League of Legends, of Vi and Jinx and Kate. It's just not. So anyway, there you have.
Once again, I say they uprooted the entire original lore. It happens all the time in media. Retcons happen all the time. Rewritings happen all the time. Original stories from pre-existing characters happen all, and it's great. It's beautiful. Okay. That's how art works. That's just how art works. So who cares? As long as it's a good story, I would rather have a very well-developed, carefully crafted original story with Vi and Jinx and all the other characters than I would have, you know, while we have to make sure that we completely stick to the original plot of Arcane. I don't see her bitching about, another spoiler, by the way, spoiler alert, for those who have not seen Arcane yet, season 2 specifically. So, you know, mute or turn off the video or whatever. But Singed, in the League of Legends lore, he and Orianna are not related. But in Arcane lore, Orianna is his daughter. And it works great for the story. It works fantastic. It's perfect. Okay? Orianna just happened to be a character who ticked all the boxes for Singed's daughter, even though she's not canonically Singed's daughter in League of Legends lore, and they just said F it and made her his daughter, which was a great twist, you know? It was great, and it worked beautifully with the narrative. I prefer that over strictly adhering to the original lore. It doesn't matter.
Have it for this video. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Also, you can catch me on Tuesday.
Okay, yeah, I get the idea. Brain dead analysis, conservatives have no whimsy and no ability to critically analyze the content they are consuming.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more, hit the notification bell to be notified when I upload. If you enjoy my content, you enjoy what I do, I really appreciate any financial help that I can get. Go to youtube.com/AlecGunterTTV/join. You got some awesome benefits, such as seeing early videos, awesome emotes that you can use in the comments of YouTube videos, and a sweet badge next to your name. So if that sounds interesting to you, I'd really appreciate if you join. It is cheaper than the cost of a blowjob from your mom. So with all that being said, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.